What's up, guys? CNCCayman1 here, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you the new prototype for the cruiser type ship. The cruiser type is purposed to be a more survivable type of ship than the destroyer or than a fighter or something of that type. The cruiser does have quite a bit of firepower of its own, has a hangar, and many other cool features that I'm going to show you today. So, this ship is not meant to land. It has to stay in the air all of the time, otherwise there can be difficulties with the hangar. So, to get on board we can either transport aboard, or in this case, we can get in through the hangar. So, this right here is the new mini fighter that I have invented with one cannon and 2 torpedo tubes. This type comes standard with the cruiser, and we're going to use this one to get on board. I just see there's an empty slot in its hangar bay over there. So, go ahead and fly on forward here. Line ourselves up with the hangar itself. Probably gonna enter in manual control for more precise maneuvering. Alright, let's go ahead and orient ourselves so that we're right. Oh, I need to go forward a bit. Enough. Oh, oops. Too far. These controls can go a bit overkill sometimes. So we're going to lift ourselves up right in this little slot right here. Alright, so now we're on board. Welcome to Deck 2. This is the main hangar and crew quarters deck. As you can see, this is the hangar. We have 4 of these fighters docked in the ship at any given time. The way this hangar works is through this special white stained clay alloy down here. Now, when the controls of the main cruiser try to move the ship, it will detect the white stained clay and anything adjacent to it. So, when you control the entire ship, the fighters will move with it. However, when you attempt to take control of a fighter, like so, it will not consider the white stained clay alloy to be a part of the ship. As such, I don't carry the whole cruiser with me. Alright? Get that? So again, we have 4 of these fighters down here. You could retrofit the hangar to fit another type of ship. These just come standard because they're so compact. Alright. So also down here we have our storage, which can be filled with anything you like, captain's discretion. Could also put another chest here if we wanted to. And over here we have our crew bunks. These should be sufficient for 1 captain and then 1 crew for each of the fighters, which is standard crew complement of the ship, 5 crew. And if we go to the front of Deck 2 here, we have our controls for our forward-facing cannons and torpedo tubes. However, these are usually controlled from the bridge. The only purpose you would really have down here is to reload the torpedo tubes. Alright? These fighters are intended to be used while in combat or in an exploration mission. These are very multi-purpose fighters. They can also be used as escape pods in case the ship is going to crash. Right? Okay. Now, if we go ahead and head up to the main deck here, this is where all the action is. Here's where we have our weapons control and the bridge. So, in this main corridor, on either side, we have our main armored cannon array. This cannon array is an upgraded version of other cannon arrays that are available on other ships. This type is armored, and yeah, so it is heavily armored with dispensers and automatic control, right? So, how does this armor work, you may ask? Well, first of all, we encase every side of the cannon with a full block except for the front facing, right? Because it does need a block in front of it to fire on. However, a function of the way cannons work is that when you fire them, they spawn their explosive projectile not in the middle of the block in front of them, but actually on the top half. So, if you'll look here, if I were to put a full block here, and I tried to fire the cannon, it would explode. if I put a slab on the top, it would explode because the explosive projectile is spawning inside of this block here. However, if I put a slab down here, it will not explode. So I can still get the protection of this block here. However, I don't need to sacrifice the firing capacity of the cannons, although it does slightly limit visibility. Alright? So, I mentioned before these arrays are equipped with dispensers. You can access these here. They can be filled with arrows or fireballs. Usually this glass is missing, I don't know why it's here. Just doing it for testing purposes. So these can be filled with arrows or with fireballs for taking out players on the ground. When you fire the cannon array, these will fire also. So, in order to fire it, you can either control each cannon manually using the sign like you ordinarily would, or you can fire the whole array in a row with this volley button here. As you see, when you press the button, all of the cannons fire in a row, bringing a bunch of pain to that mountain over there, as you can see. Actually, you can't see it too well, but, you know. Okay. And also, you'll notice that when this redstone line is activated, so are the dispensers. We have another identical cannon array on this side also, as you can see. Okay. So the central corridor here is, well, it's a corridor. However, you can also outfit it. Again, captain's discretion, because this is a bit of a risky technology. You can outfit it with these emergency cannons right here. The purpose of the emergency cannon is so that if the main cannon array gets taken offline, you can fire these cannons, but you could only fire them if this side of the ship is gone, because if I tried to fire it right now, the ship would explode. So I prefer to not have these here. However, I have fitted the corridor to support them if the captain wants it. But again, if you try to, you can just stick these in the wall here. However, if you try to fire them while the ship is intact, it will explode. So, I would not generally recommend it. Really, only in an emergency situation would I put these in. But alright, now what you guys really want to see, the bridge. So, from the bridge, we can control all of the ship's weapons, except for the fighters. Those have to be piloted manually. Alright, so, first of all, we have our main navigation controls here. Control sign, groove sign, helm sign, and release sign. Alright? Next, we have our two remote signs to fire the forward-facing torpedo tubes. As you can see, if I hit these two, whoops, I have to pilot ship first. Oh, double chest? This is a bug. Oh, I forgot. Design issue. Not allowed to have double chests. Alright. Whoops. Okay. So now, you can fire these two remote signs, and as you can see, we fire our two forward torpedo tubes. You saw them down in the hangar deck. And these can be, of course, reloaded from the hangar deck. And looks like they're just going to go off in the distance. But any ship in front of us would be having a bad day. Alright. So, we can fire our forward-facing cannons using this lever here. Again, you saw the wiring for those down on the hangar deck. As you can see, I've been firing this weapon for a few minutes, so there's a big hole in that mountain. Hit that lever and fire the cannon. Alright? So now, to fire our main cannon array, you can hit the port cannons or starboard cannons button. And as you can see, this button is the same exact thing as this button. Okay? So that's basically it for the cruiser type. Right? She's meant to be survivable, with a lot of firepower, and a hangar. You'll be seeing this ship in the next episode of Movecraft Wars, and I hope you all have enjoyed this video. There will be more Starship Wars, there will be more Movecraft Wars and Starship Showcases in the future. If you have any suggestions for this type of for a ship I should review, I'm up to reviewing somebody else's ship, or if you have any suggested changes to any of my designs or to this video format, I'd love to hear your opinion in the comment section down below. Just keep it respectful. And anyways guys, my name is CNCCaman1. I guess that's about it for this video then. Goodbye.